Right then, hello there. Welcome to my channel if you're new. And yes, today I'm going to be reacting to Fugitive of the Judoon, the most recent episode of Series 12 that just aired. I'm just recording this, 20 minutes or so after the episode finished. Still trying to process it. This video will sort of be a continuation of that process because there is a lot to digest from that story. I did do one of these for Spyfall Part 1 right at the start of the series. I haven't done one for the episodes since because I prefer to do these kind of reaction-y things for the slightly bigger episodes. And Spyfall Part 1, that cliffhanger was a huge, huge moment. Very, very exciting, but in a slightly different way to this. That was a kind of can't contain the excitement sort of moment. This is just, I don't know. I really like that story, but there's a lot going on. It felt like, about 3 or 4 episodes at once in the best possible way. And they've thrown a lot of stuff at us there. So, just to go through some of it quickly, then we've got Captain Jack back, John Barrowman, which was sort of rumoured a little bit in the kind of days leading up to broadcast. I think John Barrowman had liked some tweets that had been going out teasing this reveal or this big moment that's bigger than the Masters reveal. These videos were going around and trailers and things on the official channels saying, if you thought that was a big moment, you've not seen anything yet. There's going to be something big happening in Fugitive of the Judoon. So great to see him back. It's like he's never been away, really, I think. He loves that role. You can tell he loves that role and completely embodies it. For what he got there, he did a good job with it. But obviously he wasn't quite the main focus of the episode, because then we also have the Judoon thing going on with the fugitive who turned out to be Ruth, who turned out to be the Doctor. Which again sort of goes back to a rumour. There was the rumour going back a while back about there being extra incarnations before or during or interspersed with the 13 that we know about. And it obviously ties into the whole thing about everything you know is a lie from the Master, and the Timeless Child probably as well. So there's definitely something strange going on there. I don't know. That was a fantastic moment. You kind of see it coming a little bit, but still, even so, when they went to the lighthouse at the end of this story, towards the end, and the Doctor was digging up that grave and she found the TARDIS, my God, that was such a exciting moment, that. It reminded me of old things like the Pandorica Opens, or Series 5, at the end of the Silurian two-parter, when Matt Smith, the 11th Doctor, has the piece of the TARDIS in the hanky that he got out of the crack in the wall, finding bits of the TARDIS everywhere, and that was the same sort of thing going on here. Just seeing the TARDIS in a completely incongruous location and scenario, that was really exciting, kind of mind-boggling and mind-blowing. And this is Jo Martin who played this character, Ruth, this Doctor. Don't know which one, don't know which number yet, don't know what we're going to end up referring to her as. But yeah, she did a pretty good job, I thought. Still trying to digest all of this, really. But I think that part of it was it was so far removed from like all the stuff we had in Series 11, which was very back to basics, very simple, fan lore and continuity references, not many of them about. And then suddenly here we've got a lot in this episode. The lone Cyberman reference as well, which is presumably coming up at some point towards the end of the series, or maybe in episode 7 or 8 or something like that. 9, I don't know. I think the only thing I would say about all this is that it's a lot to tie up all this stuff we've got going on. We've got Captain Jack presumably making a reappearance. We've got the Master from episodes 1 and 2, Daniel Barton, the Kasavin, which is all still got to be explained as well. Don't know if Orphan 55 is going to tie into it with the kind of alternate future Earth, or whether that was just a standalone thing. And we've got this lone Cyberman thing as well, obviously. And the whole thing with this brand new incarnation of the Doctor, the first black person and black actress to play the Doctor as well, which is cool. Yeah, and the whole Gallifrey thing and the Timeless Child, it's a lot to tie up, but hey, we've got 5 more episodes to go. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's quite clever the way they've done it all, just thinking about it, because obviously prior to the start of the series, very little publicity, very little promotion, well, promotion, but not many details in that promotional material. We kind of went into the series thinking, okay, we've got the Judoon coming back. They were announced first. And then towards the start of the series, Christian will kind of let slip that the Sidemen were coming back at some point, and that was put in there as well. I think we were very clearly meant to go into this series thinking, oh, it's just the Judoon and the Sidemen. Obviously, we've had the Master in episode 1, and we've now got all this as well, Captain Jack. Yeah, I mean, it's so far removed from Series 11, really, all this stuff. It doesn't really seem like the same writer or era or series. Well, it's not the same series, but yeah, totally here for it. I just hope they can wrap it all up. I suppose some of it will go on further as well. Like, thinking about it, the whole Gallifrey thing is not going to be finished and resolved entirely by the end of the series, I would have thought. And as for Jack as well, I don't know, he's probably gonna come back for the finale, but then you see, are they going to try and bring Torchwood back as well with him? Because I thought the ship had sailed for that, but you never know. I mean, they might try and bring that back. I don't know. I mean, well, is the demand for that there? Possibly. Who knows? Yes, there's that to think about as well. But then obviously the Cyberman, Daniel Barton, the Master. Yeah, a lot of stuff that has been thrown at us, but in the best possible way, and I can't wait to see how it all somehow fits together by the end of this series, or if not, then at a later date. I think, just to give my take on the Doctor thing, this new Doctor, I'm sort of leaning towards thinking maybe it's like an alternate universe Doctor, possibly, like an alternate First Doctor, maybe, because she didn't know who this Doctor was, because it's implied that the 13th Doctor is in her future. They could go and put these extra incarnations, like the Morbius Doctors, further back before the first, but that is kind of dabbling with continuity that a lot of people, not me, there are a lot of people that wouldn't mind that, probably, but there are also a lot of people that would probably take that quite, personally, and not really be too thankful for that. But I think it's great. We've never seen anything like this before, having a Doctor that we don't know about. We've had the War Doctor, obviously, but we pretty much knew straight away that he was between 8 and 9. This is just an incarnation that we know nothing about, really, and it was just completely thrown on us in an episode that was ostensibly about the Judoon and Gloucester Cathedral. I mean, if you look at where this episode started and where it ended, two completely different places. I mean, well, the episode started off with Ruth, so we should have known, I guess, that she was going to be a main character running through this. It started off with her watch and her toast, didn't it? And I guess that her watch and the time is a sort of allusion to the fact that she's a Time Lord. Yeah, okay, I'll say that now, which is clever. Also, just before I end this, I thought that scene with the Doctor and the fam in the TARDIS at the end, that was really nice. The companions weren't in it too much throughout the story. They were kind of just thrown off onto Captain Jack's spaceship. But hey, I mean, well, that's a different discussion about whether there's too many companions or not. But I thought that final scene was handled really nicely, and it's kind of showing a little bit of progression with that relationship and with the Doctor being grumpy and all that sort of stuff. I don't think she told them about Gallifrey being gone. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think she's told them that yet. But she's told them about this strange Doctor, Ruth, and obviously Captain Jack is thrown into the mix as well. So she's starting to reveal a bit more information to them, which is nice. And sort of as was said in promotional material and interviews and stuff, whereas last year, or Series 11, it was the Doctor very much helping them come to terms with stuff. For instance, Ryan and Graham, their relationship, and also how they came to terms with Grace's death. This season, very much, it seems to be that they are helping her. It's thrown on its head a little bit. And hopefully that should culminate really nicely in the finale and towards the end of the series with, whatever challenges the Doctor is faced with. And let's face it, I mean, there's a lot of potential challenges there for her. Who knows what's going to happen? Very exciting. 5 more episodes to go, halfway through the series. No clue where it's going to end up, which is a great feeling. And yeah, very, very exciting times. I mean, if you compare this to Swanga Conundrum in Series 11, which is also a great episode, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm one of the people that likes that story. But this is on another level. Very, very exciting stuff, and I'm very excited to see where it goes. So, I've rambled on long enough. Please do post your thoughts on all these humongous reveals and returns and all this stuff that's happened in the story. I'll read all the comments, and we can get discussion going, which will be good. Otherwise, there'll be a 6 Things You Missed video on Fugitive of the Judoon coming out probably on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, so look out for that. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until then, goodbye for now.